Now the Generals have already locked down that final playoff spot in the East and will be in Niagara on Thursday to play against the Ice Dogs to open up that first round. But rest assured, they'll still like to come out of here with the W against their historic rivals. From on tonight, let's send it up to Andy McNamara and Mike Luck. Now it's at this bulk farm behind me where a pricing error allowed a customer to walk out with 5 pounds of candy for only $4. That, my friends, is one sweet deal.
Thursday, we can't be making mistakes, and we have to manage the game right.
And what are those mistakes that the team needs to avoid making against Niagara on Thursday?
Well, I don't think we can be soft coverage in our own zone.
X factor here is the big boys. Can they be big? You know, you're talking about Scott Lottie. Yeah, he gets in the penalty box a bit, but he's always a candidate for the Gordy out.
We'll get to them right now. Generals and Niagara in Niagara last night. Here's Scott Lottie. He's going to drop the gloves, trying to lead his team. Not much of a fight, though. It lasted all of 6 seconds.
For 6 weeks, Dave Lawson and many volunteers from Durham region have been at the Bowmanville Creek, manually moving fish over the Goodyear Dam.
We have about approximately 150 volunteers, and we use a crew of about 15 to 20 each day that we're here.
Dave has been a dedicated volunteer at the fish ladder for many years, and even though there is a fish ladder currently in place, Dave says it doesn't do the job for all species in the river.
What's happened is we installed the fish ladder back in 1988, which allows the rainbow trout and the brown trout, the smaller species, to go through. But what we've found since then is these larger Chinook salmon have a hard time passing through the existing fish ladder.
So the temporary solution for now is to manually move each fish over the dam to help protect the population of the fish stock.
You have a lot of mortality rate in this part of the river due to the fact that they can't get up to their headwaters to spawn.
To transfer the fish upstream, Dave uses a cable system he devised several years ago. The crew net the fish in the lower pond, catching them by hand, and then placing them into a sack like this one. The crew at the top of the dam then hoists the salmon and other species up, counting each one of them for the Ministry of Natural Resources. The fish are then released to continue on their journey north. When Dave started this initiative, he was determined to get at least 2,000 migrating fish upstream.
When I first decided to go ahead with this project, I was optimistic as to how many we could get each day. And I said that if we got 100 fish a day, I would be happy. Well, we surpassed that with the help of all the volunteers, and our best record day was 550 fish in one day that we transported.
Beginning October 29th, residents of Ottawa will have their garbage picked up bi-weekly rather than the current weekly routine they have now. The city says this would maximize recycling and lower the amount of garbage produced. Some residents, though, feel this is not a long-term solution, but rather a temporary one.
The City Council is not really addressing the big problem here, and the problem is that the landfill is nearing its capacity. By extending the landfill life by 2 years, they're only delaying the inevitable.
While some are not happy with the idea that was approved in April 2011, others feel it would make residents put more effort into managing their waste.
It might even work out better because they'll be smarter with their garbage, right? Like, throw out what they absolutely have to, plastic, things like that, and go the way of composting.
Many cities in Ontario have already implemented the bi-weekly garbage pickup, but the drastic change was bound to have mixed reviews in Ottawa. Even with the expected amount of tax dollars that will be saved, many residents feel it's an essential service that should not be compromised.